I'm Brian Worley for the Photographer Academy, and in this short video I'm going to talk about ISO settings. So the ISO is the sensitivity of the camera. That's to do with how much light it actually needs to make a picture. So how does ISO work? Well, you can think of ISO as if it's a cup that you've got to fill up to make a correct exposure. So within that cup you have your shutter speed, which determines the time the cup's being filled up, and you have the aperture, which controls the flow, the rate of the light coming in to fill the cup up. So as the light passes through the aperture for the period of time, the cup determines how much you need. A bigger ISO number means you're trying to fill a smaller cup. So the amount of light to fill the smaller cup is less. So you can use a shorter duration of shutter speed, or you can close your aperture down. Now the sensitivity has a number associated with it, and we talk about numbers like ISO 100, ISO 200, all the way through to ISO 1600, 6400 and much, much more. ISO is a great thing to adjust because it gives you the ability to use faster shutter speeds in dimmer environments, or it gives you the ability to close down your aperture to add some blur or motion into your pictures as you like. Now with the ISO itself, the smaller numbers, so like ISO 100s, give you cleaner pictures. So that's why photographers often try to use a lower ISO value, because that produces the cleaner picture. The higher values still allow you to get pictures where maybe you wouldn't be able to have done that in the days of film or in the past, but now a grainy picture with a little bit of noise is still a picture as opposed to not having a picture at all. Here's some examples to show you what the noise looks like. So this is an example with an ISO 100 image. You've got a very clean image. There's almost no noise at all in those kind of pictures. But as you increase the ISO up, you start to see some noise. So let's look in closely first at our ISO 100 example and see how fine and how clean the details are. But when we look at an ISO 6400 image, you can see a much different level of noise. You see this speckling effect, potentially some slight colours, like red and green colours appear, and that's the effect of the noise. Obviously, the higher ISO allows you to shoot pictures in environments where you wouldn't otherwise be able to do it. And with the modern cameras going perhaps up to more than ISO 400,000, we've got an incredible opportunity to take pictures in environments where there appears to be almost no light. ISO settings are often adjusted in full stop increments, but more advanced cameras will have finer grained steps. So instead of going from 100 to 200, which is a whole full stop, you can go from 100 to 125 to 160 to 200. So that goes in 1/3 stop increments. That gives you a little bit more control. And that's how ISO works. I'm Brian Worley for the Photographer Academy, and thank you for watching the video.